Hey, yo. It's the boy. King Kong's bigger brother. Son of a gun, a.k.a. fucking A. It's the PT podcast. I'm with...
This St. James Velour. Your favorite singer's vocal coach. And we here with...
Young Pocket Change, YPC, JKB, Jericho Lil Brasher. Y'all know the name.
He said like everybody gonna know your full government name.
Bro, YPC
you saw my birth certificate. You know
I didn't want to say your full name,
low key,
bro.
I don't even know where my birth certificate is.
That ass, when we come out with a shirt of Jared passport, but his name gonna be swapped for Young Pocket Change, and he gonna be from the streets. I hope y'all buy that shit.
I know where all my shit's at. It's in one folder. I ain't gonna say no more because I don't want nobody to steal my shit. But
that's all I'm talking about porn, bro. I don't want to hear about that.
It's the same thing. Keep it all together.
Oh my God,
Keep it all together.
Okay, so we're here. It's the PT podcast, the first episode. I wanted to break it down into 3 topics. First topic I wanted to talk about today, just to get right into it. We short on time. We ain't got money to pay these niggas. Support our merch. Is comic streaming services. I definitely just added a V to that sentence, but I don't give a fuck.
I didn't hear it.
So boom. I think it's interesting nowadays how like accessibility really affects enterprises and like commerce as a whole. And then like the easier you get something, the more it's bought, rather than the amount of time and effort it took into making these things, because the more accessible answer is always going to be the one that's picked more.
Well, that was always kind of a thing though. Supply and demand was always kind of a thing.
Yeah, but I feel like now, especially as a time where people really claim to appreciate art for its true value, and even though most artists are only appreciated after they pass, it's kind of wild, I think.
Yeah.
Like, stop pump faking with your support.
Yeah.
That shit kind of whack.
But yeah, but that was always a thing like that. But even so, there's still some people that I talk to about like Pop Smoke. Like, I'm like, oh, did you hear the new album? It was like, nah, I think he sound like a demon. I'm like, but that's cool though. Like, is that not like?
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point.
That's the point. It's hard as shit.
True, and you appreciate it for its uniqueness, but you don't support it for the same reasons, which is wild, because I know damn well I was 14 years old, line wiring the shit out these T-Pain songs.
T-Pain was killing the game.
Not caring
Actually,
about commerce.
It's low-key crazy how the music industry normalized paying for music. Everyone just treats it as normal now. You know, back then, like buying a CD was like, you only did that if you had money or you trying to show off. But
now vinyls are popping.
CDs are popping. Everyone has a streaming service.
I mean, that's
because it's vintage though. Everything retro really sells.
Yeah, I can't speak because I'm broke. So I was still trying.
You know why you're broke?
Still try to find ways to not pay for music.
Allegedly.
But it's crazy.
I love music.
So
I will never pay for
exactly.
it.
And loving music is the reason niggas go broke paying for nostalgia. It's wild, just to get a glimpse at your childhood.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, because it's crazy, because we could like allegedly torrent this music illegally. I could allegedly get this music on my phone. But honestly, I'd rather just pay the $10 for Apple Music and just keep it pushing. But
yeah.
And now the streaming services are popping, however,
Bruh.
the split becomes so much different, because like you pay what? Like I paid for Tidal, that shit $8.99, I think. Something around there. And that's for every song that I listen to. And I listen to easily a couple hundred songs a month. Like, and just to know that $10 is being broken up out of these couple hundred artists, instead of just buying a shirt or something, or buying a CD and listening to it that way.
Well, I heard it's more like artists nowadays get more money from like concerts, touring, and stuff like that. Stuff they do outside of just selling music. Because I don't know who said it, but one time they was just like, if you make an album and you don't perform, you're like kind of dead in the water. And I was just like, that's crazy. That like it's different now because you're splitting up that money like that. Like with record sales and stuff, nobody buys CDs like that no more, except for the people that nostalgia and it's vinyl and stuff. But honestly, unless I got the bread like that, I'm gonna buy like one, but I'm not just gonna buy all vinyls and just have it like, you know, a good amount.
It's crazy to think how that equates to the amount of money you get from music. Because like as artists ourselves, I know I have a distro kid and I get for like on a good day, half a penny per stream. Like I think some of them are 0.11 of a penny per stream. So that means if somebody listens to my song 100 times, I get 10 cents.
Bro, I don't math. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's
sound
about
right.
it. So like, I don't have like the exact numbers here, but like if I had an album and it got streamed about 100,000 times, I'd get about 1/10 of that. So I get 10,000, and who knows even how much that split up, depending if you're signed to a label or something.
Especially independent, like that 100,000 streams is hard as fuck to get. Like, 100,000 people to listen to your music, especially if you're just starting out, just coming up. That's near impossible. You threw niggas in Dante's Inferno and said, make your way out with this cup of ice.
Jared just brought up a good point. It makes me think of another point of how how easy it is for artists to get like taken advantage of by like their record labels and stuff like that. Like it's wild. It happens less now, but back
this still happens. Like
it still happens, yeah.
Like
it's like less.
Hopefully, you definitely see these rappers on Instagram flexing. Imagine who the people taking more money from their pockets got. Like you impressed by them, you'd be more impressed by the person who like runs the company that like owns them, basically. Owns their music. NBA YoungBoy, he doesn't own his own music. You know how much money they making off of him? More than he'll ever touch in his life.
Yeah, he out here arguing with his girl in the bed while his pocket's getting checked. That man need to worry about something.
Exactly.
He out here paying his manager 58%.
He's worried about Yaya money. He need to worry about his money. Like,
he be like, my boy don't care for nothing. He always got something to eat. But he could have more.
If he was paying attention.
I know that nigga love Eggos, them waffles and shit. Buy my son all that. What? Like you gotta be tripping. That's potential food in my son's mouth. Potential revenue that'll increase and make more revenue, which I feel like a lot of artists don't really talk about or really acknowledge, which I feel like separates potential artists from aspiring artists. When you start to realize it's a brand and not just a hobby anymore. Because now we have to make music. Even this podcast is a business move.
Yeah.
The more content, the more things we produce, the more ways to get our name out there.
I feel great about it though. This makes me feel good.
It makes me feel official.
I want everybody to know that he's actually Mr. Make It Happen, because this was just a pipe dream. Like,
bro,
he was like, we could do this, right? I'm like,
It's funny because it doesn't, more so, it doesn't really matter your resources. The most important resource you can have is willpower to even go and do it.
Big facts. True. And the willpower to do the research. Like,
very true.
Yeah.
Like all the multiple jobs me and my boys do, like as
I was
not
just
even
thinking
just
about
rappers,
that too.
like accountants, like managers, promotion managers, like
graphic
the amount of
designers.
concerts I set up, the people we pay, like the amount of people you have to talk to, the emails you have to send, like this shit real. It's
the
really
people. It's all about the people
effort.
you know sometimes as well too. You know, like you said. Did you say that?
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
Let's just pretend I did.
I'm tripping.
It's about being adaptable, stepping up to the plate when you need to get a job done, and I feel like that's
and also about humbling yourself. You can't be too bougie to not do this shit in your closet. Like if we had to do this in the closet, we would do it in the closet.
Yeah, but he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember when me and Jared started rapping like 5, 6 years ago, which is crazy to think it was 5 or 6 years ago. And we got this fucking not safe at all wooden fucking booth we made.
That was a safety
with nails
hazard.
sticking out with like this cheap ass sound dampening foam on it. Like I'm rapping scared I'm gonna trip and rip the skin off my pinky. This shit wild.
Why do you put a roof on it? You had me scared like it was gonna fall off and hit me in my head.
I thought the roof would make me feel more like I'm in the booth. Like you saw the episode of SpongeBob when they had the cardboard box. That's where I'm trying to be at.
We weren't in a booth. We were in a box, a coffin. That John was a soon-to-be coffin. If we didn't dismantle it, if we were still in that today, it would not be standing.
All right, but inspiration-wise, when I make a studio called the Tinker Box, I don't want to hear nothing.
Bro, when you think you're not going to be able to do that last take, you just got to think about the fact that you're going to stay in that death machine.
Yeah.
Bro, you better get it right before you die, bro. You could die at any moment. Get that take.
Exactly. And that roof might fall on you. That's that motivation. Take, bro. You better spit that verse. Hurry the fuck up.
Bruh, exactly. The delivery with a nail on your back.
I also wanted to talk about like how comics have also grown more accessible. How like reading in general is now like almost a commodity. Like people don't read anymore. As somebody who loves reading myself.
I love it too, but I don't.
But it's wild to think like these art forms have literally changed how they have to sell their product to you because of the amount of people buying it. Like, and even like with the HBO Max with the DC Universe split, how they had to switch. They had to move all of their products from one streaming service to another streaming service just because not enough people were going back and forth between the two.
Right.
Like, and now that's wild to me. Like that's. Like, I remember I used to be a kid and I used to love going to the comic book store. I'm allergic to cats. The comic book store had cats in it. I'm out here having asthma attacks. I don't give a fuck. I'm reading Hulk like, this shit take my breath away. Like,
that shit was breathtaking, literally.
Man, I feel my heart beating a little fast.
Hulk,
like, taking the risk. I'm out here petting the cats. I'm getting comfortable. Boy, watching me having an allergic reaction. Like, is he all right? I'm like, just letting me.
You getting comfortable with the thought of death.
I'm getting comfortable. The Reaper out here chilling. Shoulder leaning on me.
He reading comics too, bro.
Right now.
He reading comics too. He's like, after this issue, I gotta take you, right?
He reading the comic. It's not even a comic. It's just my life. And me standing next to him. He said, he's gonna be here, right?
All right, stop. Because there was an episode like that of Goosebumps, and that shit freaked me the fuck out. I was like, what?
Yo.
He was reading an issue of his life, and then there's an evil villain in it. Bro, I would be shook.
Bro,
I would just go home.
Was a whole fever dream. That TV show, bro.
You know what else was a fever dream? Not that I know we getting off track, but you know what else is a fever dream? Fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Bro, don't bring that up.
Bro, I used to have nightmares, bro.
I understand that was like a horror series for kids, but that was just a horror series, period.
Bro, I was
that
just like,
was just scary.
Who greenlit this?
Exactly.
This is on Cartoon Network.
Like, and it's just nightmare fuel, and existential nightmare fuel. Like, he was talking to that computer. I'm like, who's on the computer?
Bro,
like that
they had no internet.
Me.
They were in the middle of nowhere.
You remember like
the
that?
middle of nowhere. You got a computer with no cell towers, no 5G. Like, who? What? That's wild.
Why did they have it?
No, one time
it
was like
a smartphone on the low. He had a GPS on Courage. That's how you always knew where he was at. He was mad as hell. Why he running underground?
He ain't help though. Like, he had a GPS, but you ain't help.
Yeah, nah, he ain't care.
That's Courage was getting beat the fuck up whole time, bro.
Yo, real pacifist though. Like, Gandhi is second to Courage the Cowardly Dog.
He was getting mixed.
He was getting mixed every episode.
He was getting mutated.
And the things I do for love.
The things I do for love.
That shit wild.
You almost died.
Like proof that if for love you can do anything. If Eustace was my grandma or ma or something, bro, I'd do whatever.
Yeah.
She baked them pies. I'm looking at it. It's cartoon. That pie look good as hell.
Bro, it's oversized and all that. Like,
I know I can't even eat that portion. I'm allergic to fresh fruit. I can't eat them berries. But I'm definitely going to bite that motherfucker.
I'll take a bite.
You tripping. I'm taking that bite with EpiPen ready. I'm stabbing myself. I look like Octane. That shit
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
All right. Actually, I want to segue into the second point from this point because I feel like we talked about streaming a good bit for a little bit. Here for a good time, not a long time,
Here for a good time, not a long time, bro.
Just talk about like what passes as entertainment today. Like, I feel like it's wild to think how some actions that are shunned upon, other people are literally praised for and have careers off of doing things of. Like with, I want to bring some light to the Rick and Morty creator, Dan Harmon. He had this scandal recently where like it was found out like years ago, he did this like skit. Well, I'm not really gonna get into the details because that was wild.
It was not trying to get this demonetized before we even get monetization.
No,
you know what? Okay, never mind. Shut the fuck up.
He had some things he was doing involving therapy and children, and it really wasn't cool.
It's one of the things where like, yeah, comedy can be black and comedy can be morbid, but comedy shouldn't be about child exploitation. That doesn't make sense.
Like, there's definitely like, when it comes to dark humor, I feel like the overall message is what's important. And sometimes accepting bad messages is needed, but now you can't just like almost promote taboo behavior.
Bro, I fucked up. Yeah. So like, how you fuck up your headphones? You literally just don't touch them. That's it. Just don't touch them.
It was my feet.
You wear them, bro.
That was my feet.
There you go.
Am I still on? Is the mic still hot?
Yeah, we about to turn your mic off, but
damn.
Yeah, like the point of black comedy is to make light of a bad situation. Like, I can make comedy. Maybe your car broke down. I can make a joke about it. It's fine. We're making light of the situation.
Yeah.
Your mother died. I'm not gonna make a joke about that. That's not the right situation for it.
Even in some situations, I feel like taking advantage of like this comedy, like dark humor in itself is almost about seeing how far you can go and what is and what isn't morally and politically correct. But to accept that and know that, you also have to know like when base lines are crossed.
Yeah, you have to know where the line is at,
Like,
just in general.
In general, it's definitely something you have to tiptoe around. And you definitely got to tell yourself, like, okay, maybe this isn't cool. Like, maybe I shouldn't go through with this. Like, whoever shot that, you must have felt guilty as hell because whoever edited the sound, everybody involved in this production.
Bro, the Boone guy, the dude with the mic was just like, why am I here? He said, I knew I should have called out.
If my wife wasn't pregnant.
Like, this applies to anything in your life. If you have to sit there and question yourself about why you're doing something, you shouldn't be doing it. That's just point blank, period.
But just to switch positions, now you have people like Cardi B. Not to say she's doing anything wrong. I support what she's doing. She's doing a lot of positive lately. But she also says things like, she used to drug men and like rob them.
Yes.
Like while they were asleep. Like,
that's not cool at all.
Bill Cosby was some people's heroes. He was crucified. Like
he still does get crucified.
He will never live that down, but she was definitely stealing people's livelihoods after a couple pills. And people still be like, yes. She got a wet ass pussy. I'm with it. Like, that's wild.
I mean, when you have a wet ass pussy, right? It's like, nah.
God. That's wild. Like, and this is just cool. Like, and she be talking to kids. She be out here just chilling.
Basically, the argument against the like Cardi B drugging men and stuff is that she was taking advantage of a situation where people were trying to take advantage of her, and she was just doing what she had to do to survive. But at the end of the day, when are we allowed to apply these like moral excuses? When are we not allowed to? We can't just make exceptions for things because of the person who did it. Like the action should be the determinant factor.
I feel like I don't mind if we accept these actions, even if you forgive them for their actions, but to applaud them, like to almost like vilify positive behavior is wild to me. Like nobody that says I have great relationships, I've been steady, because that's not exciting. It's not interesting. You only support the things that interest you and that excite you, not the things that breed more positive behavior, which I feel like our society as a whole should definitely do a lot more of.
Yeah. I was it's funny because I was actually talking to a friend, a boy, Darnell Beezy the poet. We was having a conversation about like cancel culture and all that type of stuff. And it was like, he made a point of, it was like, everybody's on board with cancel culture when it's somebody that you follow or that you fuck with personally. Then you have like a bunch of excuses and stuff. And I said, yeah. And I was like, I just, and then I brought up James Gunn and I was saying what I thought was corny about the whole situation. Yes, he made a bunch of jokes that were dark humor and like, you know, pedophilic.
What was the James Gunn situation? I forget.
He basically, it was like a bunch of tweets from like 10 years ago or maybe like 7 years ago.
It was one of those.
It was one of those.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying it's corny. We grow as people and like nobody has stuff from their past that they're proud of. Everybody has done something that's shameful. And I just think when it's brought up, that's wrong. And I was saying that it was like if he made these tweets at that time, that means like obviously people saw them, and if you didn't like, you know, if people didn't have a problem with it back then, like, and you bring it up like 10 years later, I think that's kind of corny. Even though it's on a whole, like, you know, you a grown ass man shouldn't be joking like that in the first place, especially on a public platform. You're a director. That's dumb. But you know, like that's just what I think.
If y'all really didn't like these jokes, how come it took y'all 10 years to
exactly? That's what I'm saying. Like with news sites and all that, like it's like. If I truly said something that was crazy, even if you don't follow news, even if you don't follow me on Twitter, because he was like, you know, I don't follow my favorite directors on Twitter. Great point. I do not either. I just simply admire their work. I know nothing about their personal life. But if me as an artist or something like that, or a public speaker or something, did something crazy, you would bet that it'd be in the news the next day. Like, if it was truly something that was crazy, it wouldn't matter. You would definitely know about it. It would be a topic. Dan Harmon right now.
Which goes into my next point about the fickleness of the populace and about how it's so easy to switch sides of being crucified and supported.
Yep.
I feel like a good example of this is like, and I feel like another example is what's funny and what's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, because there's definitely limits to a joke, and there's definitely times where jokes take on lives of their own. and come back to haunt people in ways that are definitely not funny. Like, Meg Thee Stallion got shot. Somebody upped the blick on her. Like, that's wild. And the first thing I read was somebody said she had a shot girl summer. That's terrible.
Bro, why Jamie the only person in here who laughed? I'm calling you out, Jamie. You about to be canceled next.
That's wild. Like,
it's just
it really changes depending on who's in the limelight.
It's just because Black Twitter is terrible. Like, they be awful. Shade them too.
So like, okay, so like that. Oh, she had a shot girl summer. Okay, that's fine.
That's imperative.
I actually don't see what's wrong with that.
Test.
Now, if they did it a bit more like maliciously, yeah, there's an issue with that. Or if they kept a joke going on too long or something. I feel like you could definitely take a joke too far, but just making jokes isn't a bad thing in my opinion.
I think the spread of those jokes can potentially be bad because nobody thinks about the person who is the joke, like, and how they have to live with the effect of that. Like, now, because this is so widespread, imagine being Meg Thee Stallion, I fucking got shot. I wake up next morning, somebody making fun of me using my song about how I got shot.
Right.
Like, must be a terrible place to be in.
Yeah.
And nobody thought about her feelings about having to see this just be everywhere. She couldn't even talk about it. She had to wait a couple days and then say her statement.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what I think what the other side of the story was? She was beating Tory Lane's ass, and if that's the case, that's so sad.
Well,
like, the stallion.
That's so
Tory
sad.
Lane is the donkey. That man is the
bro.
mule.
He's small and like, bro, and she was really just whooping on him, and he was like, you guys ever seen Harlem Nights?
No.
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 Oh God. Oh, I'm old.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was, it's hard to really humanize people who. I don't want to say exploit themselves, but like use their public image as just a social media entertainment thing. Like, if I'm watching an Adam Sandler comedy movie, like I'm not, you gonna be laughing. You see him as someone who's funny, see as someone to laugh at. That's why when he did the Uncut Gems movie, it was such a like change of character for him because people were used to not taking him serious.
But which is wild to me to think that. Because of the contrast of the image of Adam Sandler, even though people kind of support the humanity of these actors and actresses. Like, I definitely think a big part of actors and actresses being so popular is because of the amount of media surrounding them as people. Like, now you know Adam Sandler's name. It's a common household name now.
Yeah.
Like, not his character in a show or in a movie, Adam Sandler. Like, these people themselves are partially why these things sell. Uncut Gems was popping because Adam Sandler did it. Like, even though, not to say that it wouldn't have been just as popular if another famous artist did it or famous actor or actress did it, but to say this sold partially because of his man's name, because of the work he's put in up to this point, regardless of genre.
Right.
So now you get to see how certain people are applauded for their humanity, but others in other avenues, like Meg Thee Stallion, have their humanity ignored almost. To the point where people forget that they're people. Yeah. Like, the amount of things that happen to artists on a daily basis because they're Wilder fans, ridiculous. People almost lose their lives.
That's true.
It is.
I definitely think even the man Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, definitely think his exposure was part of what got him killed. Pop Smoke putting his business out on the internet, like, because
bro.
Like, just you get to see where your fans may literally be the downfall of it.
And that's a good point, because if someone made a joke about Nipsey Hussle,
oh yeah,
there'll be no like laughs in the room. But like, if someone made a joke about like Meg Thee Stallion, there will probably be a couple people who.
Bro, they were like, what are you talking about?
Tupac
they were
never
memes.
got made
there
fun of.
There wasn't one joke. There were memes
of it.
There are certain people who even get applauded for being shot. Not to say it's a gender thing, but all these bold, all these like typically macho men, like 50 Cent, Tupac, all these people are applauded for their wounds and gunfare, and she get made fun of. Like, it's kind of whack.
It is kind of whack.
Yeah, it's definitely a like different way to look at it. I never even thought about it that way, but it's good to start like thinking more about what your actions online actually do. I feel like that's the one benefit of cancel culture is it brings in responsibility and consequences to your online actions, and I feel like that is a positive thing, you know, going forward.
But honestly speaking,
wait, my bad. But you made a point earlier when you were just like, it's crazy how the dehumanizing of artists like affects their careers and whatnot. And I think, and as a point of that, like Shia Labeouf, There was a point in time in like the mid 2000s where he was going like crazy and stuff. People were saying he was crazy, and he started doing wild stuff like cutting his hair, just like freestyling on the street or whatever.
Fire rapper, by the way. Shia Labeouf.
Fire as fuck, and you would never expect. But
Like,
it's
wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But then he starts. You see like him putting more of his human aspects out there over time and over time and over time. And then he released the movie Honey Boy. I always talk about this movie. It's a great movie, and it's actually about his life and the stuff that he went through. And so it's like kind of autobiography, but they change a bit of things, just for protecting the innocent purposes. But it's very close to his life, and it's just like you see the stuff that he went through, and now you see him now. My man's is up, and it's because you've seen him more as a person instead of just this Disney kid that started going wild, like just getting drunk and shit. This nigga just and he's a pretty good actor. I'm looking forward to his
definitely
new
a great
movie.
actor, legendary.
Legendary.
Going from Transformer to Honey Boy, that man talented.
Fucking Robert Downey Jr. Man's is in Toys R Us now. Huh?
Yeah.
That's my favorite actor.
Yeah, Rob in fucking Toys R Us, and he was wilding in Hollywood in the 80s and 90s. Like you never thought.
Yeah, people don't even know about that, honestly.
No, I didn't until like I saw a picture.
Like it's crazy to think of the past actors and actresses. Like to think Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch. To this day,
I heard he be saying some racist shit.
Chuckle.
So I don't know.
Which is
like I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that, but
Vanilla Ice
there's no real
2.0.
like evidence.
I mean, he I don't know. He a Boston dude.
Yo, bro, don't say that.
I don't know.
You trying to get no Bostonian. Listen, his James Velour's views are his and his alone.
That's crazy.
I love my Boston people. Y'all eat crabs or whatever.
I said what I.
I want to go into the next point. Speaking of like humanity and how the populace enjoys seeing like the vulnerabilities of artists. I feel like this comes especially into play now because of the effect the coronavirus has on entertainment.
Coronavirus.
Like just to think that one, people are inside more to observe this content, when especially there seems to be an overflow of it because the artists are also inside. But you also get to seeing the inside aspects of people's lives has almost boosted their careers. And like I remember listening to an interview with the bull 24K Golden. He said he got his way into this video chat with a bunch of really important people because everyone was at home. No one else had anything to do. Everybody's quarantining. So the same people that you might need to reach will also be home. So like just to think that you might have a better chance getting attention while showing your vulnerable side, that it's affected by like how the world is affected.
Yeah.
Art as an art form is now changing due to a virus, which is wild to me.
Yeah. I'm like following a lot of like musicians and like comedians and stuff, like people that's just in show business. And they're saying it like too, like you're getting all these wild opportunities because now these people are within reach. Like we have the World Wide Web. I don't gotta talk to a agent. I don't gotta schedule a meeting or sit down. It's literally, hey, you want to have a Zoom meeting at 2:00? Okay, I'll probably be free then.
Yeah, it's literally breaking down social constructs that have been so like systemized into our society that we were always too scared to do it. Like just like a all remote workplace. It's possible, it's completely convenient, and it's completely doable, but companies didn't want to do that. They were scared to make that shift. And now that they're forced to, they're seeing that it actually works. So now
better.
Yeah, it works.
Like,
It works better. So
increase
now
productivity. I'm in my drawers typing up an essay or whatever. Like I can see how it affect like school and direct learning and stuff. Because I definitely think the social aspect of school was important for kids. And I also think that having that direct one-on-one possibility with teachers was important.
Yeah.
But like for business opportunities, I don't have to go, although it might suck for people who like going on business trips.
Right.
But like I can literally make mergers happen from the comfortability of my home.
And that's what I'm saying. Like imagine going back to a work office, going back to a cubicle 7 hours a day after this. Like
that's stressful. That's super stressful.
That sounds stressful.
I think people are going to really wake up to the fact that they don't have to follow whatever their boss says or what their company says.
I gotta put pants on. What?
Although like just to think back on the topic, have you guys seen the movie Summer Wars?
I saw it a long time ago, and I actually
You've been telling me to watch this
it.
movie for 6 years.
You should watch it though.
Still never watched
it starts off so regular, but then it's just like, hold up, this shit kind of lit. And I don't even remember I don't remember the plot like that. It was something about like a.
All right, so boom, I got you. Quick spoiler-free summary of Summer Wars. It's about how there's this like almost app where people have these different like identities at this like Gaia Online type social interaction site. It's not even like a site. It's like just like a network you get to connect to.
It's done by the same people that did Digimon, right?
Huh?
It's done by the same people that did Digimon, right?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it. Continue.
And you get to see how... Oh, man, the bull phone ringing.
Chill, bro. Shut up.
Come on, bro. We got to restart the whole thing now.
That's my dad. He just... Oh, my God. We don't got to restart the whole... Shut up. Keep talking.
No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
He gonna keep calling because he's going to be like, why you not picking up?
We get to see in Summer Wars how there's a hacker who hacks into this network where literally government officials use to send information and store information. Whole jobs are now basing themselves off this network. And the hacker is able to effectively take over the world with this network and almost is able to cause worldwide destruction just because he hacked this interface that they thought unhackable. And I feel like that's what we're about to be at. Like social media presences and in the internet as a whole are now being placed with such importance.
And
that like if somebody shut down every tower, the world would end. Like planes wouldn't be able to take off.
We saw something very, very small scale that Bill Gates, Elon Musk all got hacked on Twitter.
Recently?
Yeah, recently.
Oh, what?
And,
that's crazy.
They had a fake Bitcoin wallets and tweeted out, and people sent money to it thinking that they were going to get money back, but they didn't. So like you got to be careful now because now that everyone's on the internet, not everyone's is literate in computer security. Yeah. Not everyone knows everything about this kind of stuff.
I'm a caveman.
Computer security is not the word. Yeah, like especially I remember I was in high school. Shout out my teacher, Miss Heineken, super crazy lady. Love her to death. She made us make corn dogs and like human behavior. I don't know what that got to do with human behavior, but shout out the lady. She told me one day, she was like, yeah, I'm scared to get viruses on my computer, so I don't do anything after last time. I said, what happened last time? She said, yeah, I went on Facebook and this ad said, do you want $1 million? And I said, yeah, I want $1 million. So I clicked it and then things start flashing and all these things started popping up and I just kept clicking because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, so you trying to get your computer.
You didn't know what to do. You wanted $1 million.
Tomorrow. Like, it's going to be somebody at your bathroom when you come home because they got your whole social security number, your birth certificate. A lady is somebody going to Aunt Viv your life right now.
Bruh.
I'm happy she got a virus. I'd be mad as...
Taylor, Miss Heineken go pop up. Here to teach human behavior.
I'm happy she got a virus. I'd be mad as hell if someone really just like click the ad on YouTube video and got $1 million. And I'm out here putting in all this work. I would have felt some type of way.
That's how simple the internet used to be.
New Elon Musk.
People thought the possibilities were infinite.
Just a click away, bro. Just a click away. It's one ad short, bro. Just click.
I want to use that to segue into one of my other points about just going back to what passes as entertainment nowadays. Just about the rap scene as a whole.
Coonery. You basically have it's like a talent show of idiots. You have to be the dumbest person and then you'll get the most views.
I mean,
which is wild to see like how not even just I was gonna talk about the rap scene, but just entertainment as a whole.
Yeah.
It doesn't really require much, honestly. It just requires luck at this point. Exposure.
Tap dancing away from controversy. The whole Jake Paul thing, that happened. And he's just still celebrity, still able to get money, still out here.
And that still counts as entertainment.
That still counts as entertainment.
People are still entertained, so it's still good.
Before the video got taken down by YouTube, it had views. Kids were watching it.
People were watching it.
Which is wild to think that this entertainment is now almost a shield.
Yeah.
Like it protects you. You got plot armor.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's because that's who the kids glorify. You ask any person under 20 years old who their role model is definitely a like entertainment celebrity, a musician, an actor, or a YouTuber.
That's wild to think.
No one has any role models that like
when I was
like
10,
social media people.
My role model was the Hulk. I wanted to be Bruce Banner. Like
whole time.
Like I
wanted to be the Flash.
I went to my little cousin, my little cousin Lil Rick, just like my little brother. I said, yo, Lil Rick, who's your favorite rapper? He said, oh man, Sim Santana. That's the guy. I'm like,
what?
Sim Santana. I looked this video up. This man got a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, why
Philly.
is he listening
we
to
in
that?
Philly, shout out Rec Philly. Just, quick side note. If
All right, y'all
want to
talk
sponsor
about
us.
like y'all saying this like y'all wasn't young listening to Wayne.
I was like listening to
wasn't.
Wayne, but Sim
Jock.
Santana.
Slim Santana. No,
Like
I
this
was
man
young,
out here toting
listening.
automatics. He be yo, my little cousin be quoting like Lil Durk.
Yeah,
Chief Keef,
that's what I'm
Polo
saying.
G
Yo,
and them.
I-
Like
so I keep
phone them act up. He in the grave. Like
I keep seeing this.
I was listening to 50 Cent.
I
when
want to
was
lick my
younger.
candy shop. That's not the same.
Yeah, I keep seeing this argument of,
That's true.
Cardi B and Nicki, Meg Thee Stallion and Lil Durk and all these other rappers don't need to change their songs. You just need to make sure your kids ain't listening. Why are your kids listening to that? My mom would have beat me. The kids are listening to that. What is your response now? They are listening to it. Go.
It's crazy.
You can go check out these TikToks. Go check out these trailers. Go check out the Instagram pages. They are listening to this stuff.
I was
true.
at work the other
That's
day,
true.
right? I was not even I say the other day like it was recent, but a couple months ago. And this little girl's walking up and she's like singing this song. And I can't figure out what she's saying. She's dancing.
TikTok boy.
Not to say it's a race thing, but like this small white girl. She
Yeah.
comes to my store all the time. Nicest girl ever.
Right.
Is like rapping. I look up the song she's listening to. The boy saying the N-word, he cursing, he talking about shooting people, putting them in the grave. But the part in the TikTok is about like dancing or getting hype or something. And now you're allowed to listen to this song and like parents see the glimpse of it and think, oh, this is the song, and like you get Chief Keef. Like
Well, it's like the kids on a whole are just being exposed to the world like faster now. It's just like think about when you got your first cell phone. Like I got my first cell phone in high school. Like
ooh,
real talk. Yeah.
I got my first cell phone, I think, in first grade, kindergarten.
What first cell phone where you could have access to the like
Oh yeah, the internet stuff. Oh no,
and all that other
not
stuff.
till
That's what
I was a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
We
but
were-
now you got like they be like 10.
And they
Yeah.
skip the funny part is the culture we had is not out no more.
At
like
all.
when I had I remember I was in middle school. I got the rumor that joint is slide to the right. Boy, y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't the man. I had the Soul Eater theme song as my ringtone. Young nerd
Bro,
bull. Like
nah,
I felt like the bull. Like I was out here.
They need to bring them back. I remember I had Kiss Me Through the Phone, the little tones on.
Soulja Boy, bro.
98212.
If I was 10 years older, I'd be out there too with a too big shirt on.
Bro,
Doing a yo.
Bro, I look, I swam in my clothes, but that's because, we wasn't, the richest. So like I grew
you gotta do what you
you
gotta
was
do.
gonna grow into them clothes.
I definitely got some of my brother hand-me-downs, and that man was big as hell for his age.
I was swimming.
I was wearing, but then it's good to have nice clothes. My parents always made sure they got the finest stuff they could afford.
Right.
And it was available to us. And especially in Camden, like, I don't know how much y'all listening know about Camden, but like, I've never met more capable crackheads in my life.
I think that's everywhere, bro. I don't
Like,
even know.
I had a
would think-
crackhead fix my car once.
I was just
for
about to
free.
say these
He fixed
niggas
the car
used to
for
be
real.
math
Like,
teachers
for
and
real,
engineers.
like, you could find a crackhead that'll finesse a mannequin at a Gucci store. Like, if you give him like give him like a
$5,
6-pack and some honey buns.
Oh God.
Oh, that man gonna do anything you ask him.
I was talking about giving them money. He said 6-pack and honey buns.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
they want stuff
That's an
sometimes.
awful diet.
I remember I was in the barbershop, which is like the auction house for crackheads.
True.
This man walked in, he said, yeah, you got I got this Irish cream soap, Irish Spring soap. Y'all use Irish Spring? One of the barbers said, nah, bro, only use Dove. He said, Dove. There's a CVS next door. This man leaves and comes back 10 minutes later. I got that Dove for you.
Yo.
I got in the fresh CVS bag.
I believe this story 100%.
Yo,
I really do.
The barber bought it. Like, and I'm just looking like, yo,
It
that's
happened again.
wild.
I don't even know how the fuck it happened.
I actually think that there's going to be less crackheads in the future because no one really does like crack.
Oh, you
anymore.
tripping.
You're tripping. That's it,
You're
bro.
tripping.
Yeah.
I knew a couple people in high school.
Who you telling? I know that's
Oh, apparently,
Like-
yeah. I didn't think that crack was really like.
And we went to the same
cousin.
high school too.
Nah,
me and
cousin,
Jared.
it's still a thing.
Not to say no names out there, but I know
Yeah,
some
nah,
people
me
who was
neither.
dabbling. You got like dabbling, and I was out here worried about
He said
what's the boy name? What Mr. Levin was going to give me for homework. People out here worried about that coca. That's why
I need my next fix.
So,
bro, but what about the homework? Fuck that homework. I need my next fix.
yo, you out here lining your lineup with the math homework. That algebra used to triangulate for real. That geometry makes sure you got a straight line, boy. That's crazy.
It's like why would you even? I don't see the reason of doing that. Like you know what it does. That's like playing Russian roulette. Like you just look dumb.
Nah, but at the same time, I understand addictions, especially when it comes to ease of access and drugs. I can get drugs easier than I can get a job.
Yeah,
that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Like as a child, like we weren't really exposed to. We lived in a dangerous area, but my mom and dad made sure we weren't involved in it. Stayed out the streets, stayed where we were safe. Because all my cousins was already doing the stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing, and those were the people that we grew up idolizing. So they knew it would be easy, just easy for us to get involved in that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm super tired. My bad.
It's really a thin line, but I forgot what I was saying now.
What were we talking about before that?
We were talking about like the internet and how like it's changing the upcoming generation.
Oh yeah, and what you were saying, like it's all about the access that they have. Yeah, and it's crazy because now even if I was a strict parent, like even if I said you're not getting the phone until I say when you're getting the phone, and I determine whatever age that was, it's so like
it's so
access,
easy.
It's
their
friends
can put them onto that.
They can go to a library.
They'll go to a library, get onto that. And you know what?
Computers now, like,
and you know what really solidified this? If you go on TikTok and look up that YFN Lucci song "Wet," I bet you there's probably like just numerous little kids dancing to that song. That song is so explicit.
They don't know what they don't know what they do, bro.
You see, this is gonna be my last point before I move on to our last big topic I want to talk about this podcast. It's crazy to see the disparity of technology knowledge from like the older generation to the younger generation. Because when I was in school, we definitely knew more about these computers than our teachers did, and was definitely exploiting people. I remember a couple of my more curious classmates was on meatspin.com. And
bro, why'd you remind me of that? Yo, Jonathan Benita showed us that.
Yo,
in class, in the middle of class too.
Yo, I wasn't gonna say his name. You out here exposing Bull.
Protect the innocent.
Nah, that was a long time ago. Shout out to Bull. That's my guy. It's wild to see like how the children are more in control of these things now. And like there's some parents who decide to get involved and understand technology.
Yeah.
But I know a couple parents that I know personally just look at the phone and be like, dang. Oh well, take it back. Like couple of kids I know that are listening to super explicit songs, especially when their parents aren't around. Like it's become more and more normalized in society, and you're getting access to it younger and younger without having the proper people to guideline it because they don't understand what's going on themselves.
Exactly. And just like you said, it's not like the stuff came out of nowhere. Like there was stuff like that back then. Lemon Party, 100%. 2 Girls, 1 Cup. But the difference is that like
I've never seen I decided not to watch that.
Yeah. The difference is that
when it comes to kids, like the grosser the better. Like
I don't know. I heard
like,
about it, and then then someone said, "Oh yeah, it's this." I'm like, why would I want to see that?
Exactly.
But you got to think back to when you were a child. Like when I was a child, curiosity was my biggest emotion. If somebody shot me, I'd be like, who did that? Like that's wild.
Nah, but my curiosity was then solved. They said, oh, it's this. Oh, cool. Know what that is.
Now I got 18 more questions. Am I going to bleed? It looked like it hurt. Why it's not hurting?
But like the difference is that stuff is like on those websites. You have to seek those out. You would prank people with it. Nowadays, this stuff is on their phone, on Instagram. It's on their Apple Music. It's on their Facebook.
It's normalized
on my
niece's phone one time. She's listening to something, and it's like people dressed up as like children's mascots, just like cursing at each other, saying like real wild, like like things she wouldn't be able to understand. On like with a misleading title like Princess Peach goes to the castle, and I hear like fuck you. I'm like, oh skirt. Princess Peach got a mouth. Like what's up with that?
That's not the Peach I remember.
Like that's crazy. She got one up already.
You play a Mario Sunshine, like exactly. I don't remember her cursing me out like that.
Parental controls restrict the apps, not like the content on the app, and YouTube can only do so much. So like if you want to let your kid watch YouTube, you have to know that there is a chance that they will come across those videos, and it happens. And you have to. I don't. Again, I'm not a parent, so I'm not even going to try to like say the solution or say you don't need to fix this.
None of us have kids, so
none of us have kids to sit here.
We're just speaking on how crazy it is in general.
Yeah, I'm not tripping. I lock that phone forever. Or I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna get mad. I feel like that's the type of parent I'm gonna be.
Exactly, and there's apps to put on your kid's phone to know what they're doing,
Right.
but parents need to educate themselves on that kind of stuff. Is what I'm saying.
I definitely think that's more important. And I feel like they don't want to take the time and effort to understand something that's outside of their norms.
Yeah,
Because technology really is meant for you to understand it. If I think logically, how do I find what I'm looking for? Like I want to lock my daughter's phone. I open my phone, I know it's gonna be a settings. I know it's gonna be security or sometimes people have like parental icons, like a wrench or something. Or like somebody walking across the street with like a X sign. I know what I'm doing. I know what accessibility means.
or even that they like underestimate their kid and what their kid would really do.
These
if
kids
there
are
was
really
no
technologically
supervision.
literate, but I want.
That is actually, Jared makes a good point. I was about to say I don't agree with y'all, so no, but you do make a good point because there are some parents that's just like, oh no, my kid would never do this, and it's just like, well, your kid would, and it's because the internet has slowly corrupted him. So you best get on that. But you were going to say something.
It's
next.
I just wanted to switch to our next topic, our last topic for the day, which is us. I just wanted to talk about who we are, what we're doing, what makes us important, why you should listen. It's a quick introduction. It's Phantom Troupe, PT podcast, rap group based in South Jersey.
Wait, how much time do we have left?
We have about 30 minutes left.
Okay, that's good.
Well, like 20. We had to like pack up stuff.
You know what? You're right. All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Continue.
You could have asked that later. I'm going to beat you up after this.
Yeah, bro. Why you asking?
I just didn't know.
Phantom Troupe, PT to the death of me. Rap group based out of South Jersey. Doing a lot of big things right now. Planning a lot of releases. Music and otherwise. Planning some merch coming soon. Music videos coming soon. A lot of things coming soon.
A lot
so
of
look forward
gems.
to
A
it.
lot of fucking gems.
A lot of gems. A lot of good music coming soon. I'm AKA
Different.
Mad General.
Oh, my bad. I'm James Velour, St. James. I don't have anything else after that. I didn't know I was coming up with more stuff.
And then Young Pocket Change. Find me on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube, Google, Facebook,
no.
Instagram.
That's
Yo,
why
plug
find me
that.
on MySpace, AKA the only one on every social media ever.
Plug that EP right now.
My EP? My EP.
Your EP and his EP, the one that we was talking about earlier.
My EP coming soon, immortalized sometime this month or next month. Probably next month, September. Definitely, September.
Speaking into existence, my boy. And
And apparently my EP Ben came out. I forgot this was actually a thing.
that shit was fire.
It
Look
was
forward
fire.
to
It was
YPC
fire.
Volume 2.
Bruh.
The volume 1 thing. Okay, so yeah, that was back when me and Isaiah were recording in his room. This man would be snoring in the background of the tracks. That was like way back.
Oh, that's wild. It's crazy to think we got there from here.
Yeah.
Who's not here, the PC podcast, we just wanted to talk about various things that's going on in the area, bring light to topics we wanted to talk about and discuss, add some more content, let y'all get to know us as people, not just as artists, because we're going to have a lot more of that coming soon. The people who aren't here are Merci, my boy Zach, Bam, Johnny Woods. I never met a boy more like Elvis.
Johnny Cash, bro.
And I feel bad that I'm missing somebody.
Blake, bro.
Blake.
Yeah.
That's my brother, and I forgot his name.
Does he want
Ayashi.
us to use his artist
Bro, the
name?
best producer
He is, though.
you never met.
Bro, this man be in the music scene heavy in Jersey. So Jersey, all of the East Coast, he got connections out the ass. And I don't know if he wants to use his alias or not, but I'm pretty sure one of them is Ayashi, one of them is Muteki.
Bro, you know
Yeah.
this for sure.
And speaking of Merci and Bam, they dropped a really fire song. Murakami. Go on SoundCloud. Look up Merci Murakami. That drawing's heat.
I think his social media is Who's Merci on anything.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna videotape this next time, right?
Bro, I was gonna keep talking.
Go ahead.
Bro, how you gonna end his podcast?
I thought
Ending the podcast.
y'all gave me the.
I didn't
this
give you
it.
anything.
You know what? You're right.
I'm
You know
about to
what?
give you the I want to fight face.
You always want to fight me, bro. What's up? I thought it was cool.
I just wanted to say what our plans were. Sometime September, the immortalized tape coming. Music videos coming soon. I feel like we made this podcast just to feel like we have a voice and to give other people a voice,
Right.
especially with us. I feel like not a lot of people are doing it and a lot of people are talking about it. And I feel like I want to get more doing. And not just for us, but for everybody around here, everybody who listens to this podcast,
All the artists we fuck with.
For real.
other people that know us, other people that don't know us. If you feel like you have a dream that you want to pursue, get up and do it. Get up and take actions to do that now.
Mr.
And I feel like that's what this podcast is, a step forward in the
Right.
dark, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And it's gonna be on YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Make sure to follow. We're gonna be updating this.
Also on the Phantom Troupe YouTube page, which we'll plug in the description or wherever we put these things. Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram. Again, I'm AKA the only one. AKA, pretty simple. And the only one, because I'm, the greatest ever.
And you can find me on Instagram, Young Pocket Change. And then we also have a website too, phantomtroupe.net. We have music up on there if you wanted to listen, but don't want to go through all of our SoundClouds.
If you have anything you want us to talk about on this podcast in the future, make sure to let us know. You'll find any of our contacts, social medias also on the website, phantomtroupe.net.
Can I say what we might talk about next time?
I'm curious because I got kind of roped into this.
We were going to talk about comic books next time. Or this time.
I feel like we started talking about comic books, but like there's like a deeper topic there that we kind of veered off into.
Yeah, a little bit, but
I feel like next time we're gonna work on streamlining it. We kind of got a little off topic sometimes.
We did.
Which is okay. I feel like now it's just, at this point, I feel like it's more about the discussion. And whoever listening to this, you figured we was gonna be long-winded. It's a podcast.
Right.
If you didn't come to listen, that's okay too. But hopefully you wash your clothes or something.
Continue on with work.
My sensual, Barry White voice.
All right. No,
we got to wrap this up.
Nobody said that.
We got to wrap this up.
He started getting weird.